There are some things that would happen to you in life and you just don't go lessy.
So this is like my second time recording this video, because the first time I tried to record it, I was very angry. I was all over the place. I was jumping. I was shouting.
I went to bed very upset last night. I was going to rant on my stories and talk about it just so that I could feel lighter. But I told myself, sleep over it and wake up in the morning, you might feel better. But guess what? I woke up even angrier than I was before I went to bed. So brotherly, I'm here to kill a monkey.
This video might contain spoilers. No, not might, will contain spoilers. So please, if you've not watched To Kill a Monkey, go and watch To Kill a Monkey on Netflix and come back for this conversation, if you please. My first bone of contention, Efe. I know that some people might have a problem with how he chose to handle some situations, or some kind of decisions that he took at some point. But I don't know how you people are not saying that Efe was the victim in the entirety of this movie, from the beginning to the end. In fact, Efe betrayed nobody. Everybody betrayed him. What am I saying? Everybody betrayed him. Sounds like they betrayed him at the end. Everybody was betraying him. It was a process. In the entirety of the movie, they were betraying him as he was trying to just keep his head afloat and also keep everybody afloat. You know, the thing that we do in this life is that good people are not allowed to make mistakes, but bad people are praised when they do one good thing. That's what I've realized. Good people are expected to be good. Bad people are glorified when they do one good. The only place where I have a problem with Efe was that he made his second move his first move. Efe should have worked with Oboz to kill Teacher before killing Oboz. Why? Oboz betrayed him first. In fact, Oboz was betraying him. I don't know how you guys are not piecing this thing together the way I'm piecing it together. Did you bother to ask yourself if it's why? Like, when you see him make decisions, why was he making his decision? Because I sat down and I was just checking. This guy's why literally just revolved around other people apart from himself. You would hardly see any decision that he made for himself. Every decision was for family, friends, whatever. My problem with Efe is that Efe was not a street boy. Efe had no street OT, there's something, I don't know what they call it, but like, Efe did not understand the language of the street, and that's okay. Some people are actually not like that. It's like, they didn't have to understand it. It doesn't make him a stupid man. It doesn't make him less of a man. He was just a peaceful person. He did not understand, because I don't understand why at this point, 4 years, you do not have boys. What if he had was bodyguards that just follows his wife and mother-in-law and children? He did not have boys. I also had a problem with Efe begging everything and everyone. Efe was always begging, always kneeling down. Before you know it, he's on his knees. You see the problem and you're begging the problem. Something you're supposed to take out. If there was one scene that broke my heart, made me sad, it was the scene where Efe was in handcuffs and he couldn't hold his head up high, because he should have. The fact that he was dodging and he was sad. Oh my God, I wanted to cry. He should have, because every single person dealt with that man. Everybody dealt with him. He didn't deal with anybody. In fact, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Oboz was going to forever be a problem for him. But I also understand that he wouldn't have been able to handle the boys' part of the whole deal, which is what Oboz was handling. But his brain is good enough for him. There's one thing that I always say, take everything away from me. You see this and the works of my hands. You can't take it away from me. Take everything away from Efe. With that money that he already had, I feel like he could build from there. But you know what they say about this kind of life? You never really want to leave, I guess. Oboz was loyal to nobody. Everybody was loyal to Oboz. Oboz is also a villain in all of this. Brotherly, but he was the first to break the bro code. What am I saying, break the bro code, like there was bro code there before? He didn't even see him as a brother. He didn't see him as a brother. You were trying to deceive me that he loved him. He didn't love him. He only apologized in the end because he now felt like, okay, there's a problem. I've lost everything. It took people leaving him for him to realize that he was messing up. then coming back to apologize. Not even to apologize with the whole, you know what, let's just end. No, he came to apologize with, please come back. That's what his apology was for. Makes absolutely no sense. You were betraying this guy from the beginning. And then he makes one wrong move and he's a terrible person. See, if Oboz did not feel like he was about to lose money and lose everything if he leaves, he won't come back to apologize. Because look at what he did to Ozzy Boy. How much you don't make me, or something like that. Look at what he did to Ozzy Boy. Ozzy Boy was loyal till the end. After having a fight with Efe, the first thing you're doing is to call his child and say, don't wear pants. Are you mad? For 2 years, you even came for a party and had the guts to press bomb while somebody was standing by your side. You guys had an argument, and we were telling him that you sleep with his wife. And you're telling me that he loved Efe. How can you blame every wrong thing that you've done on alcohol? That's manipulative. That's so unfair. You do bad things and then you blame alcohol. You did it the first time, you did it the second time, you did it the third time. After every silly move, you tell me it's alcohol. Miss me with that bullshit. Do you know that if Oboz was actually brotherly or a brother, the way people are trying to make it look, if they had a problem taking that job or whatever at the beginning, he would have just given him money. Knowing that the guy was suffering, he could have given him money. Oh, just use it to start a business, or use this and take care of family, or if you have any proposal, I can support it. No, he brought him into the whole life to make money for him. In all of this, you did not even teach this guy how to have the whole street sense. You didn't. Did you see how hard it was to get to Oboz's family? But how easy it was to get to Efe's family? He wasn't nice to Efe. Because for how many years you're collecting 75% while I'm the mastermind? When I say I am, I mean Efe. Efe was the mastermind. You're taking 75%. And the moment you feel like, oh, he's taking more than he should, you try to kill him. Any small thing you say is a joke. Miss me with that thing that men do when you do something wrong and then, oh, na play. No. No. And you say, is it that deep? Yes, it's that deep. I would commend the boss for trying to take teacher out from the beginning. But I feel like if he was silly and stupid for not being the one to think about that. But again, it's not in his person. The one time he makes a bad decision, everybody is crucifying him. Then there's one person that has been crucifying him for every wrong and right decision, and that's Nosa. That is my villain. So this brings me to Nosa. If there is a place where they're putting this woman's head on a platter, or where they are crucifying her, I'll be the first to scream, "Burn the witch! Burn the witch!" Nosa is the person that pissed me off the most in this entire movie. Nosa was terrible. Nosa was the entire problem of Howtokillamonkey. Nosa, if you can hear me from anywhere, if you actually exist in anybody's life, you are terrible. You are a terrible person. And you need to know that. See, in the 4 years of being friends with Idia or knowing Idia, what exactly did Nosa learn? Nothing. What did she pick up knowing the life they were living? Nothing. All you did was put this man under pressure. Please explain to me what exactly pushed her to alcohol. That woman had no reason to be drinking. She had absolutely no reason to love alcohol. Everything was good for you in life. You just chose to be negative. Things were going positively. She chose to be negative, and she chose to dwell on the negative, and eventually the negative swallowed every single person. You know that woman literally asked stupid questions throughout. I don't know what was that stupid question that she asked Idia. Or when she even came to mourn, who could have done such a thing? Are you stupid? If you don't get out, what's happening to us? Just questions, no solutions, no answer, nothing. All she came with was problem. Please leave us alone. I don't even understand why if he didn't fly his family out of this country from the beginning. Maybe just because he didn't feel like they would be safe there. He wanted to protect them. But I feel like the only person that could say I'm protecting my family is Oboz. I think I've talked too much. Behind every successful man is a woman. That one was not behind though. She was against him. That man struggled alone. If you ask him from beginning to end, he struggled alone. I loved you better when you were poor. Are you mad? It's like I'm telling you, oh, we're going for war. right? We're going for this war. I have told you that we are going for, I didn't say I'm going for war. I said we are going for war. Then we get to the entrance for the war. You stand at the door. You're not protecting me. You're not watching my back. You're standing at the door and you're screaming. Then I have to go in and fight, then come out to check if you're okay, then go back in and fight and come back check if you're okay. And you're telling me that I'm putting you at risk, I'm not doing enough, while I'm literally fighting this war for you. Nosa is a terrible person. I'm talking about offshore. What? I'd rather go naked in the markets. I'd rather run mad. I'd rather we lose everything. Let everything just scatter. Let's lose every single thing than give it to you. God forbid. That woman was terrible. All she did was take. I do understand that, she brought children into this world because then we're not going to all those, I made your house a home. I brought the children, blah, 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 blah. She wasn't even making the house a home. She wasn't making the house a home. She was making the house unbearable. So what really was she contributing? Absolutely nothing. See, I have absolutely no problem being a soft babe. But you see the moment that fridge was opened, she should have idiot up or Amanda up for Efe. She was just terrible. And she didn't fall far from the tree because her mother was also terrible. You see, grandma, I feel like she even got away easy. She should have been the one in that fridge. She should have been the one they were looking for. Then Idia. Oh, my Idia. Idia was a case. Costume. The person that handled the costume. She was color blocking and all those things that she was doing. The woman was just there to live her life. He did not look for anybody's trouble. They just looking for her trouble up and down. Somebody was just there loving her husband. And you are stressing her husband, thereby stressing her. If they didn't touch her husband, she was okay from the beginning till the end. She should have actually taught Nosa some things, but I don't even think Nosa was open to learning. Because like I said, Nosa should have idiot up for her husband. Or Amanda up. If Nosa had Amanda up for Efe, when Amanda came into the picture, would have asked her, who are you in the first place? Who born you? Who dare you? Where do you come from? Who bring you? How do you exist? Where do you manifest? How do you form? Where do you manufacture? Who are you? Who would have asked all of those questions? Because who are you? When Nosa was Nosa that she was supposed to be. But no, Nosa was not. She was just in the man's life for props. So I would also even be grateful for the presence of Amanda. Even though she was planted there, I was still grateful for the way she handled things. I was just wishing that she had handled it as a wife and not a side chick. I wish she was the wife. If Amanda was in Nosa's shoes, I feel like she would have known to advise Efe to be closer and friendlier. Maybe not closer, friendlier to Ozzy Boy. Instead of treating him like what they treated him as. There were a lot of strategic moves that could have been made. But Nosa, all she did was scream like a banshee from beginning to the end. I don't really have words. People are sitting out here saying, oh, Amanda, she's justified for what she did. Oh, yeah, from her own POV, yes. But are we forgetting the fact that she was even betraying this guy in the process as well? Because she was not a saint from the beginning. Amanda was also betraying him. Now we're upset that he didn't put her name on the flight or whatever. No. Does she have a touching story? Yeah, she has a touching story. Things that happened to her in the past, yeah, they were really bad. I would understand why she'd be like that. But one thing that I always try to tell people, and I would say here, is a married man is a married man. A married man going through a divorce is a married man. A married man having problems in his marriage is a married man. A married man that lies to you about being married is a married man. It doesn't justify anything. She was actually playing this man from the beginning. And then now her problem is that she now got played in the end. No, nobody asked you to go there and fall in love. You're not professional. They gave you a job to do. You couldn't do the job. Is Efe a good person? Yes. Because why would she even fall in love in the first place? Now I'm talking like I'm the writer. But I don't know if this was the writer's intention. But I feel like everything was supposed to show us that Efe was a good man. For Amanda to even go for work and still fall in love with the man, because the man was sincerely a good person. Everybody was just ungrateful. Oh, Ivie. Don't be! Ivie, you're a fool. This one, I just want to slap her. That's all I want to do. Ivie is a peanut-brained adult child. I do understand that there's some circumstances surrounding her growth. I completely understand where she's coming from, because living with relatives and being shipped off to relatives can be very, very traumatizing. But I don't even think she spoke to her father about it as much, because I feel like the moment that she spoke about it, he tried to do something. He took her away from there. But it must have been happening for a while and she didn't speak about it. And then she's blaming her father for the fact that she kept mute. So there's pent-up anger somewhere. I feel like her life was very unstable. Because, like, what took you to Oboz? Are you a crazy person? And then when it's out, she's like, should everybody knows now. You still feel like it is right? You're terrible. I just know that she was stupid. That one, I don't even want to dwell on her case because she's a fool. You even had the guts to call him by his name. You're shouting. You've killed the father of your... Are you a mad person? Please get out. Inspector Ogunlesi.
Problem, dude.
Whoever thought of this wig for her is a wicked person. See, God save Mrs. Ogunlesi under her wig. Because she would have been in a white room screaming. That madness. Because me too, I couldn't handle her madness. At some point, I couldn't handle all the things that was going on. But I sincerely felt bad for her, because in everything that was going on in her head and the kind of trauma that she had been through, she still wanted to work. And people like that, they drown themselves in work so much that that's all they want to know and all they want to do. For every time that this woman was talking, I could not stop looking at her wig. If anything was not going to convince me that Inspector was mad, you see, that wig, I would have believed that she was a crazy person. And then making it look like, because me, I was just like, this woman is so mad to a point where this thing that she's probably saying she recorded is a dream. I sincerely believed it was a dream, because I sincerely believed that she was not okay. Even though she was, she was onto something, I still felt like she still needed some healing. She was not all right. Especially when she was not saying, I slept on the bed, I woke up, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? I was sincerely convinced that Inspector is a mad person because of that wig. Even her clothes. It's not even just the wig. The way she would dress to the office. The way they would start the shot from her legs looking weird and then all the way up to her upper body. No. This even dealt with the Inspector. Superintendent. Aww. I misunderstood her at the beginning. Sincerely misjudged her. I just felt like it was one of those things where women don't like to see other women grow. That's how I saw it. And that was what it seemed like. Like she was doing stuff intentionally, like she probably had something against this woman. It was only at the end that I realized that she was actually trying to protect her. Like she actually tried. She gave her audience. She behind her was trying to fight her battles. But because of the way we already see woman to woman conversations and work in office and hierarchy battles, it just seemed like she had ulterior motive. But then she didn't. Onome, absolutely no words. I don't have anything. From the beginning, I was really like, this guy. First of all, they tried to make him so annoying. And then he turned out to just be what he was. Oh, you see the doctor? That one's another fool. And from the moment he started to sit down to tell all of those mumu story, let me tell you a story. I wish that this one does not even have sense. Ozzy boy, I don't have much to say about him. All I have to just say is that he was loyal to the end. You know those kind of people that are willing to lay down their lives for you. That's what they portrayed of him. And he owned it. He in the end, proved to me that he was loyal. Like I said, everyone was loyal to Oboz. He was very loyal and willing to lay down his life for Oboz. Because what was that last move that he took? You could have done that while he was inside. You could have done that after the whole process. Again, with Nosa and her offshore plan. I just remember that. So that idiot had the guts to come and ask for offshore to take the hospital offshore. You could not activate when they opened fridge. You could not activate at all the times that you were supposed to spark and run mad and actually make a move. Where you were supposed to activate, you did not activate. It's to activate in the hospital in the other way. You're terrible. You're terrible. Imagine him noticing that she actually looked beautiful that night. Because she stopped looking beautiful. She didn't feel the need to. But she blames him for everything. She didn't feel the need. Look at the time he even found her beautiful. Oh, I miss you. She was tying towel. She didn't feel the need to be beautiful anymore. But you are beautiful for hospital. terrible. You see this picture. This should have been Efe's move, or Efe and Oboz's move, or even Oboz's move. The wrong people that were tried should have been Efe. Efe should have been the people, because that man loved his family. He did. My best performance, my best actor, my best everything in this movie was Efe. Efe took us through every single emotion that he went through. With his facial expressions, the way he spoke, he spoke with his face, with his body. When he was calling, I like to hear him call Olivier. Olivier! I like to actually hear the way he said it. But like, the guy made us feel every single thing that he was feeling. I believe that he deserves a lot of awards for his performance in this movie, because he carried that character to the T. Then Oboz killed everything that needed to be killed in that role. He owned the role. Especially when they were with that old man and he did the whole brotherly, came up from nowhere. Because like, what's this shiny shirt? What's this? The costumiers again killed, for me, the costume department killed every single thing that they were supposed to kill. One thing I love about this movie is how they answered every single question that I had. I didn't even have to go far search. All my questions were answered. Except I didn't spot another question, but everything was answered. Because when the assassin came for Idia, I was like, this door that you're going into is the door that the masseuse just went into. What is this guy doing here? Was that a mistake in short or whatever? No, they answered the question. They killed other people. Everything was like, the costume department did justice. You see that old annoying man in the beginning that works at that restaurant with his white shirt that could not button properly? They were very detailed with making me feel every single thing, from the outfits down to the expression, down to the hair, down to location, the use of locations in this movie. Jesus Christ. And then there was strategic placing of King of Voice in different places, and I just really loved it. And for everything that had to be advertised, I didn't see any ad that looked like an ad. This movie was well thought out. The director, the producers, the writers, the DOP, everything was nice. These people, see, when you see good movies, talk about good movies. When you say a good movie, Howtokillamonkey was a very, very good movie, and I would watch it again the third time and the fourth time. So if you haven't seen Howtokillamonkey and you still decided to watch this spoiler, I don't know what to say to you, but go and watch it. And I hope I did not cloud your opinions. Have you seen me come to sit down and review movies before? No, but I think I should do more of this. I think I should do more of this, because I always have an opinion. The only thing is that my opinion might not be generally accepted, and I really do not care. But I always have an opinion on every movie that I watch. Thank you for watching. I feel like I've spoken a lot. I've spoken too much. Well, I already posted this thing on my Instagram story, and I was like, oh, I was going to talk about it. So I'm happy that I got to do this. And hopefully I post some of the other things that I decide to film. If I decide to film. Blessing Uzi is about to come for me. If you have a counter opinion, do let me know. If I have helped you see something from another perspective, do let me know. If you agree with me, do let me know in a nice way. Be nice about it. I was nice about every single thing I said. If you choose not to be nice, at this point, I take my leave. Alex, your product experience specialist. Bye-bye.